Hello, I'm Bruce Zimmerman, host of the Open Line Garden Show, and this is the podcast for this week. All American selections. Each year, the different plants are submitted by different breeders to be grown in the trial gardens throughout North America, and these selections are the best of the year already. Okay, these have been presented by the breeders to hopefully win and be the absolute best plants for the following year. Does it help them to sell the seed? Big time. Does it help to have these out where the trial gardens are open and free to the public? Yes. Is it great when there is a trial garden in your location? Yes. There's one in Niagara at Stoke Seeds, and they do the All-American selections, and there are other locations throughout North America. One of the things that they do is this. When they judge these, they judge them from all over. So the same plant has to do well throughout North America. Doesn't matter what your climate zone is, it has to do well. And those are the national winners. And the national winners are the plants that you're going to want for next year simply because, A, they're better. And what they do, all of the varieties are growing with a similar variety that's already on the market. So their closest competitor is also growing with them in each location. Result is that the judges can go and actually compare the new with the old. And if the new doesn't match up to the old, then it doesn't win. If it has some value that is better than the others, then it can be in the list to win. But it has to win in all categories. So a national winner is literally the best of the best. Now, the national winners for 2014 are the following, but I'm also going to do the regional ones so that you can pick and choose and know, oh, I'd like to try that. Well, it didn't do well in this area. Maybe it does well in Texas, but it's certainly not going to do well in Ontario or vice versa. But the national winners are supposed to do well in all of the zones. So the first one we're going to cover is Petunia African Sunset. This one literally blew the minds of the judges. It's a orange petunia. Now, it's similar to other petunias that are currently available, except that it is more even and uniform in its shape. It produces more flowers. Hey, we all like that part. It produces them all season long. And that means it really fills that gap. You know, petunias have a tendency to go in the middle of the season and then come back again. Well, it goes right through. A lot of people are going to say, people who like orange, we won't say who like orange, okay? But there are certain teams and countries where orange is extremely popular and may even be your school colors. African Sunset is going to be one of the petunias from seed, and it's going to be used extensively. Okay, it's a multiflora. The flowers are 2.5 inches across. The plant height is 12, and it's got beautiful, beautiful shades of orange. Now, the next one is the pepper called Mia Gallio. Now, Mia Gallio, a national winner, think that this is a yellow giant pepper. Now, it's got a huge yield. It's uniform in shape, smooth skin, long tapered fruit. The color is a yellow gold when it's mature. It has a nice sweet flavor. It's excellent fresh or roasted. Okay, and then this one could go into our garden. Girls like them roasted on the barbecue. Little olive oil. Oh, never mind. If I start doing that, we'll get into recipes. And in that case, I'm going to have to wait till I review the books, okay? Later this month. Now, these plants are an 85-day pepper. That's from transplant to harvest. It's compact. It's only going to be a 24-inch plant. It has disease resistance to tobacco mosaic, which is a virus that peppers get a lot of. Its fruit is, you might get 30 of them on a plant through the season. That's not bad. You want to try and keep the plants nice and bushy so that they don't sun scald. The fruit is 7 to 9 inches long, weighs about 2 to 4 ounces. It's sort of elongated, and it's a bright gold. And it's, again, a national winner of All-American selections, which means it's going to be good throughout North America. The Tomato Chef Choice Orange. Now, the Chef's Choice Orange Tomato, national winner. It is an heirloom orange hybrid tomato. Okay, wait a minute. That means it was a hybrid. It was a heritage that they have done some breeding with. So now it is actually a hybrid. Okay, it's not GMO. It's just bred. Okay, deep orange beef steak shaped fruit. The flavor is mild, sweet. The flesh is firm like beefsteaks and tasty. The fruit's about 5 to 6 inches across, weighs about 9 to 12 ounces. It's slightly flattened and what they call a boat shape. Bright orange, okay? It's indeterminate, which means it's supposed to keep going. But it generally gets, in one season, about 5 feet tall. It is disease resistant, which is why it has been bred. Simply, with disease resistance, heirlooms just don't have it, but this one does. So Chef's Choice Orange is head and shoulders over many of the other heritage tomatoes. It's almost neon. The internal color is sort of a superior, fleshy tasting texture. It's a fairly early maturing orange tomato. And so that is excellent as well. So if you want to try a heritage that's not really a heritage, that actually has disease resistance, then Chef's Choice Orange Tomato, the All-American selections for 2014, might just be your taste. And remember, it's like a beefsteak. We like that part as well. The next winner for All-American selections is a tomato. It's called Fantastico. It's one that can be used by professional growers or for the home gardener. It's early maturing, high yield grape tomato. It has built-in late blight tolerance. This tomato is going to be added to my list to try it for next year. Right there is everything that I want out of a tomato, other than, of course, taste and lots of them. It's been bred for small gardens. It's determinate, which means that it'll be good for the garden without taking up too much space, but it can also go into hanging baskets and containers as well if you're growing it on a balcony or a patio, or you just want it on your deck. No problem. You will be best to pick these just when they're a little beyond their peak. That's what they say. They resist cracking, so you can get away with that. You're going to get about 12 pounds of fruit off of a plant. That's about 350 of the little grape tomatoes. The container basket should be about 18 inches, or the container, or the hanging basket, about 18 inches. So the fruit itself is half an ounce, and it's about 3/4 of an inch long. Red. I think we can eat that. And just because of the early maturing, high yield, late blight resistance, it's a tomato that you really want to consider for next year, 2014. Now, we want to do the All-American selections also for the regions. Now, there are a number of them, and these just are excellent plants. They have shown to be better than the previous ones that they're compared to, but not in all gardens across North America. So what we do is we'll tell you the areas that these are best in and tell you which ones. Because as we all know, I'm sure all of you out there listening to this are going to be all over the place. Now, the first one is an All-American Selections. It's a Penstemon called Aberesque. And it is the 2014 All-American Selections regional winner for Heartland, Mountain, Southwest, West, and Northwest. Okay? That's pretty good. It is a great pollinator. It attracts hummingbirds. It's the first ever Penstemon to become an AAS winner in more than 80 years of trialing. Think of that. So is this one of value? Yes. Beauty, long season, repeat bloomer, large tubular blooms about 1 inch across, strong stems, and the red one is best started indoors and then transplanted for longer blooming time. Always recommend you can do that with those. Great combination in containers. It can be used as an annual or as a perennial for gardeners in zone 6 to 9. Which means probably the West Coast again is going to be a perennial. The plant again is going to be bright red flowers and with white, which sort of makes it a nice combination. You've got good vigor, lots of flowering, more flower spikes to attract more hummingbirds, a red and white bicolor. The foliage is green, and of course the tubular flower makes it great for the hummingbirds as well. That's Penstemon Aberesque Red, and definitely a national winner for Heartland, Mountain, Southwest, and West, and Northwest. Cool. The next one is the one my wife will like. She'll probably make me go and grow this one. It's for the Great Lakes area. It is a sunflower called Suntastic. It's a regional winner. Again, only for the Great Lakes area. It is a new dwarf sunflower. Long blooming potted plant or window box. It works as an accent in a sunny garden bed. You're going to have flowers that are up to 5 to 6 inches across and up to 20 of them. 20 flowers, 5 to 6 inches across in a small container in a small garden. That's pretty good. Suntastic will bloom in less than 65 days after sowing. So by starting them indoors, sunflower lovers can get a whole bloom fix early in the summer, where sunflowers are always seem to be August on. You want to enjoy the compact size, so yes, you can use them in containers. Right there, my wife's going, oh, I want that. They, again, 20 flowers per plant, 5 to 8 flowers per wave, 3 waves. So it gives you a longer flowering period of time. It's naturally dwarf and compact, and great for low bedding plants, window boxes, and containers. It's a yellow, by the way, and it's got a black eye center. Fantastic. The next All-American Selection regional winner is a cucumber. It's called Pick a Bushel. Pick a peck? No. A pickled pepper? No, that's peppers. Cucumber, Pick a Bushel. Regional winner for Heartland and Great Lakes. It is a pickling cucumber. The plant is compact. It's only going to be about 24 inches across. So it's going to give you all these sweeter tasting light green cucumbers, nice firm texture, which means that you're going to be able to harvest them earlier. The fruits, basically, if they're left on the vine, will eventually get 6 inches long, which makes them also excellent for fresh salads. So you've got a pickling cucumber that's good for fresh salads. Small plant, loves the sun, easy to grow. It's tolerant, and of course, it'd be great for making gherkins as well. So you've got the little cucumbers, fresh salads, and coleslaws. Who put pickles in coleslaw? Cut that out. It's wrong. Just so wrong. Semi-bush plants, again, planted in both the garden and containers. The cucumbers are 3 to 6 inches long, 2 to 4 ounces. And of course, who doesn't like sweet pickles? I like sweet pickles. The next All-American Selection regional winner is a pumpkin. It's called Cinderella's Carriage. And the reason is that that's the shape of the pumpkin. It's sort of that big, round, slightly flattened orange pumpkin. That was Cinderella's pumpkin carriage. Now, any kid's going to love this one. Just the fact that it's the shape, it's going to be big and wide. It's very high yield. It has powdery mildew resistance in the garden, which is key, right? When you're growing pumpkins and cucumbers and all of that, that's critical. It is a robust vine growing traditionally in the hills, just like you do all the others. Large fruit ranging from 18 to 20 pounds. Okay? Just think of this. 18 to 20 pounds? The kid's going to have a hard time lifting it. But it is a gorgeous orange pumpkin. The fruit is, how shall I experience this or explain this? The trailing vines are set up so that you'll get up to 5 to 7 fruits per plant. So in every hill, you're going to get 5 to 7 pumpkins. It's well suited for fall decorations and baking. The flesh is yellow, sweet, and has a nutty flavor. It requires a large garden space for the size. Fruit size is 15 to 18 inches across, 18 to 20 pounds. It's a flattened round. The outside's more of a pinky red. It's annual. And of course, the inside flesh is that nice yellow and sweet with a nutty flavor. So there you go. A regional winner for pumpkins for the Southwest, Great Lakes, and Mountain and Southwest All-American Selection Pumpkin Cinderella's Carriage. The next All-American Selection is Tomato Mountain Merit. Now, this is a tomato that's good in the heartland. It is a 2014 All-American Selection winner for that region. It has got superior tomato to the other varieties. It's nice, it's round, it's great for slicing, good for sandwiches. It's got a 4 to 5 week harvest window. Dark red fruit, grows on determinate, compact, uniform plant, disease resistant, multiple disease resistances, and great in the home garden. It was actually bred by North Carolina State University and produced by Bijo Seeds. It's a round sort of beefsteak shape, medium to large, good mild garden tomato flavor. It's firm, tasty. It has all that disease resistance. The fruit itself is 3 to 3.5 inches across, 10 to 12 ounces, round, dark red interior, and the interior is a slightly lighter color. Now, there you go. There is a tomato. If you grow in the Midwest or in the prairies, be great, but not here. Okay? So there you go. All-American selections, both the national and the regional for 2014. Pick and choose. I hope you wrote them down and you've got a pencil because you're never going to remember them all. I'm Bruce Zimmerman. This is the Open Line Garden Show podcast for this week.